Willkommen everyone, this is Nate with another Backcountry beer review. It is actually Labor Day 2022, so happy Labor Day. And not only is it Labor Day, it's also hashtag Lager Summer, some would say the greatest time of the year after Christmas anyway. And to celebrate Lager Summer 2022, of course, I'm reviewing a ton of lagers, and that's no different today. Today I'm on top of Monte Luna near Santa Fe. It's not very backcountry-y, but honestly, I haven't really seen anybody in like an hour, so that's pretty surprising, honestly. I'm here with my son. You can see the little baby backpack set up. He's down here eating, looks like he might be eating a bark or something. And as you may have guessed from my intro, we are celebrating Oktoberfest again. That's right, the annual festival takes place in the Bavaria region of Germany around this time of year. And maybe you've noticed, maybe not, but the season creep has been real with Oktoberfest this year. But I had to wait to film this review until now, because even though a bunch of Oktoberfest beers came out, I was waiting to review this one, which is by one of my favorite breweries in New Mexico, La Cumbre Brewing Company. It's their Oktoberfest lager. La Cumbre, I think, like I said, they're one of my favorite breweries. They use sturdy cans, obviously. This one fell out and it's still alive. They're really more known, I think, for their IPAs. They kind of made a name for themselves with their elevated IPA, their Project Dank, and they've really embraced the hazy trend. They've been going that direction as well. But the thing I really like about La Cumbre is even if you hate IPAs, can't stand them, La Cumbre has a lot for you anyway. They really excel at all the beers they make, and I'm really excited to open up and try this Oktoberfest lager. I am not going to drink this beer up here because I had this little guy on my back coming up, and there were some actual surprisingly technical spots. Nothing too dangerous or anything like that, but I want my wits about me, so we're gonna head down. If he's of the mood, we might summit Sun Mountain. Yeah, that way. We might summit Sun Mountain, and that's where I'll open this. Otherwise, I think we'll open it down at the Saddle. So, see you in a minute. Time for that sip. I mean, there's not too much to say, other than it's a really classic Oktoberfest style beer. Not so much Fest beer or Märzen to me, more like Vienna Lager. Actually, very similar, in my opinion, to the Ska beer I reviewed last summer for Lager Summer Oktoberfest. Specifically with some of these notes, I mean, getting full-on caramel. It is just super caramel, really good caramel, sweet. Not overly sweet, but definitely retains a lot of that malty sweetness. It's really surprisingly bitter for the style. I mean, it's only 28 IBUs, but it's surprisingly bitter. It's got that like creme brulee bitterness, that burnt caramel bitterness. I think it's also kind of got this like starchiness, like almost like pasta water. And I know that doesn't sound appealing, but that's kind of like the best way I can describe it. Just that malty starchiness. Hey, Austin, over here. Actually really similar to the Texas style Bock, the Community Beer Company Texas style Bock I did earlier this summer. It's kind of like Vienna Lager style-y. It's got that like natural fruitiness too that comes along with it. I say maybe like golden raisin, light golden raisin, that kind of fruitiness. And finally, I think it's got this like spiciness that you kind of get with some of these traditional malt forward beers, right? Or I guess I should say it's that these traditional beers, they usually use noble hops, and they just give you this earthy spiciness, I think, when combined with the malts being really, really good in my opinion. I think it's kind of like black pepper. One interesting thing that it brought to mind was I actually was at La Cumbre a couple months ago. Didn't drink any beer, just was there for lunch. And there was a food truck there, and they had grilled shishito peppers or blistered shishito peppers. They weren't spicy at all, but they were amazing. And that's actually kind of what I'm getting for this, so it's weird that like that seed was planted in my mind. And anyway, I think that's gonna be it for me. This little guy, he wants to get down the mountain. Unfortunately, he's got to ride on my back to do that, but he's been a good sport, we'll just put it that way. Cheers, Prost, have a backcountry beer for me.